So the first problem is the height h of a ball in feet at a given time t is represented by the equation h of t is equal to negative 16t squared plus 32t plus 6. Ang ibig sabihin nito, itong h of t represents height at a given time, which is t. Sa madaling salita, pabago-bago ang height na yan habang pabago-bago din ang time. So that makes it a function. No single time can provide two heights. Okay? Now the problem here is, what is the initial position or the release height of the ball? How far is the ball from the ground after 5.5 seconds? What is the maximum height reached by the ball, and how long does it take the projectile to reach its maximum height? And how long will it take to hit the ground? So the first problem is, what is the initial position or release height of the ball? Ang ibig sabihin ng initial position, para hindi kayo malito, time is equal to 0. It is about to launch. So ibig sabihin, saan nakapwesto ang bola, specifically what height. Okay? So when t is equal to 0, you just need to substitute that from h of t is equal to negative 16t squared plus 32t. So we have h of 0 is equal to negative 16, change t into 0, plus 32 times 0 plus 6. And you can observe here that we can just cancel out all terms with 0. So the answer is 6. So it means to say 6 feet. Ang ibig sabihin nito, ang bola ay makikita mo 6 feet from the ground, above the ground. So ibig sabihin, nandun siya sa isang particular, maybe that can be a building or a particular, wala siya sa ground, sa madaling salita. The next question is, how far is the ball from the ground after 0.5 seconds? So nag-release na yung ball, nai-release na. So ang ibig niya sabihin, nasa ng bola after time that is equal to 1/2 second. So imagine the ball is already moving. So ang gagawin mo lang dito, palitan ng t ng 0.5. So that is h of 0.5, which is now equal to negative 16, and 0.5 is simply 1/2, square 1/2, plus 32 times 1/2 plus 6. So minsan mas mabilis mag-solve pag naka-fraction kasi you can just cancel or get the lowest term mamaya. So negative 16 times the square of 1/2 is 1/4. 32 times 1/2, half of 32 is 16. 16 plus 6. So negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4 plus 16 plus 6. So the answer here is 18. So ibig sabihin 18 feet. The ball is found 18 feet above the ground or from the ground after 1/2 second. So can you just imagine ang bilis na pag-akyat ng ball, no? Yung pag-move ng ball upward. One interesting question pagdating sa ganitong mga problem about trajectory is about the maximum height. In physics, when it comes to maximum height, at this particular point, diba, nire-represent ng vertex ang maximum height. Tandaan niyo yan, okay? So, ibig sabihin, if you have the vertex, we're looking for hk. And take note that k can be solved through evaluating function f of h. It's only h or time h that can give you k, which is also f of h by evaluation. So if that is the case, we can get h and later find for k. So this is how we're going to do. Take note that h is equal to negative b over 2a. So from the given, This is A, negative 16. This is B, that is 32. This is C, that is 6. So by substitution, since B is 32, so we have negative 32, then 2 times negative 16. So we have negative 32 over negative 32, which is equal to 1. Ano bang nire-represent ng 1 na ito? Ito na yung tinutukoy nating time. Time that is equal to 1 second is needed just for the ball to reach its maximum height. So ano ngayon ang maximum height? So babalik tayo sa mismong function. Palitan natin ang t ng 1. So we have h of 1. Substitute by evaluating functions. So negative 16 square 1 plus 32 times 1 plus 6. So we have negative 16 plus 32 plus 6. So we have 16 plus 6 is equal to must be equal to 22. That is 22 feet. So ang pagkakaintindi dito, sa loob lamang ng isang segundo, ang bola ay inaasahan na nasa pinakamataas sa pwesto na niya at gaano kalayo, gaano kataas? 22 feet above the ground. So actually kanina na-solve na natin. Pero paano pa kumuha ng time to reach the maximum? How long, ibig sabihin ng how long does it take the projectile to reach? We're referring to time. Gaano katagal? So ilang segundo? Gagamitin mo lang ang h that is equal to negative b over 2a. Yung h na yan represents time din. Okay? H is just used as a variable to represent the x coordinate of the vertex. But it can be changed by t specifically because that is also time. So a is equal to, or b is equal to 32, negative 32, and a is negative 16, and this was solved a while ago. The answer is 1. So it takes just a second to reach the maximum height. So the next problem is, gaano katagal ang kailangan para ang ball ay ma-reach niya na ang ground? So to hit the ground, meaning the ball will strike the ground. Kanina, ang initial position ng bola ay 4 feet na siya above the ground. At nung nag-release na yan, kaya niyang abutin ang pinagpatas sa pwesto 8 feet from the ground. Now, bababa na siya. So pagbababa ng bola, anong inaasahan nating height? Okay. Kasi pag nag-solve kayo, yun ang unang tanong. Ano bang height ng bola? Bago mo sasabihin, kailan niya i-hit ang ground? Ibig sabihin nito, height or h of t must be 0. And we don't know time t yet. Yun ang hinahanap natin kasi how long would mean the time needed to hit the ground. So babalik tayo sa given at ang gagawin natin, we let h of t be equal to 0. Kaya h of t that is equal to, okay, so substitute, negative 16t squared plus 32t plus 6. You may also choose to get the lowest term, palitin ng equation. So lahat sila divisible by 2, but anyway, 0 divided by 2 is 0. Anyway, so wala siyang epekto. So 0 is equal to negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8, negative 8t squared, plus 32 divided by 2 is 16t, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And after this, since we're looking for time, we may now use the quadratic formula. And recall the quadratic formula. Looking for time, time is equal to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. But what are the values here? What are these a, b, and c we're referring? Ito ang a, 16 is b, 3 is c. Now substitute that to the given quadratic equation at tingnan natin kung ano magiging sagot. So t is equal to b is 16, so negative 16 plus minus square root of the square of 16, that is b, minus 4 times a, where a is negative 16, negative 8, that is already simplified, so that must be negative 8, times c, which is 3. So divide natin yan sa 2 times where a is negative 8. So using your calculator, ang posibleng makuha natin dito ay, okay, so to continue that, meron na tayong negative 16 plus minus the square root of 352. So itong square root of 352 ay makukuha natin dito sa radicand. And that will be divided by negative 16. Ang square root of 352, using our square root of 352 is equal to 4 square root of 22. Because the square of 22, pag i-add mo sa 4, is 352. Okay? So, dahil dyan, meron tayong negative 16 plus or minus 4 square root of 22 over negative 16. Since you have plus and minus here, ibig sabihin, paghiwalayin natin. Dalawa ang pwedeng makuha. Sabi niya. Isa dyan ay hindi pwedeng gamitin, ang isa naman ay pwedeng gamitin. So, t sub 1 is equal to negative 16. Kunin natin ng plus 4 square root of 22 divided by negative 16. Okay? Itong negative 16 na yan, mawala yan later. So, pare-pareho silang divisible by 4, right? So, meron tayong negative 4 plus square root of 22 over negative 4. Okay? And that is now equal to, so para mawala ang negative sign na yan, mag-multiply ka ng, i-negate mong lahat yan. Okay? And that will give you 4 minus the square root of 22 over 4. But this one will provide you a negative value, negative 0.17. And we don't need a negative time. We don't refer to a negative, that is time. We're just referring to positive values of t. Therefore, ito ay hindi natin pwedeng gamitin. So, ang gagawin natin, tinan natin yung second possibility. T sub 2 is equal to negative 16 minus 4 square root of 22 over negative 16, which will give us, so multiply mo, ang gagawin natin dyan, divisible sila by 4, diba? Katulad din ng kanina, so we have negative 4 minus square root of 22 over negative 4. And then multiply natin, i-negate natin. Or, para maging positive yung denominator. Mangyayari dyan, that can just be equal to, ibig sabihin na pag-negate, i-negate mo yung numerator, i-negate mo din yung denominator, ay wala namang epekto. So, mangyayari dyan, magiging positive na ang denominator. Negative and negative is positive 4. Negative and negative is positive square root of 22. So, sa madaling salita, t sub 2, this is equal to 4 plus square root of 22 over 4. And this one is positive. That is approximately 2.17. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, the ball will hit the ground after 2.17 seconds. At the same time, ang 2.17 seconds, ito din yung tagal ng bola sa ere. Ganun siya katagal sa ere. Okay, so the ball is on the air for 2.17 seconds. So we have here the graph of function h. H of t is equal to negative 16t squared plus 32t plus 6. So paano natin maiintindihan lahat ng nasolve natin kanina? Una, pag i-click mo yung graph niyan, magpapakita yung mga points na yan. Pag i-click mo tong point na to, sinasabi niya y-intercept 0, 6. Click mo itong isa naman sa baba, 2.17, then y is 0. And click this one, extremum, sabi niya, 1 and 22. These are the points na sinolve natin kanina. Itong 0, 6 ang nagre-represent sa location ng bola at time that is equal to 0, 6 feet daw siya. Ganun siya kataas. So, itong x-axis ang nagre-represent sa ground. So, pag i-click natin yung maximum possible at time that is equal to 1 second lang, 22 feet na ang taas kayang puntahan ng bola. At kapag bababa na yan, at height that is 0, kaya ang y-coordinate is 0, 2.17 approximately ang kailangan na segundo para ma-reach ang ground. Kapag gusto mo maglagay ng point, so tools, place a point, lagay mo dyan, and then ipakita natin ang value ng point. So yun ang value ng point. Itong point na to actually nagre-represent sa bola. So na-imagine yung galaw niya. So from time that is 0, okay, that must be 0, 4, 0, 6, and then mag-move na siya. Tingnan nyo yung height pabago-bago. So when time is 0.5, so kung gusto mong input 0.5, when time that is equal to 0.5, ang na-reach niyang the position of the ball when time is equal to 0.5 is 18. Okay, so that must be 0.5 and then the y coordinate is 18. So yun siya. Itong letter B nag-represent. So pag ipakita natin ang coordinates niyan, value, ayan siya, 0.5, 18. Kitang-kita mo na nakalinya siya sa 0.5 cx. Okay, so naka-fix yan. So pag i-move mo lang ito, punta siya sa maximum height at 1, it's 22 feet. Pababa yan, nagdi-decrease ang y coordinate. So naging 0 siya here. Almost 2.17. So it gives sense. Ganyan yung pag-illustrate sa bola trajectory. So you see, changing of location, meaning to say changing of time, and changing of height or position of the ball. So that's the beauty of the quadratic function in the field of physics, projectile motion. Thank you.